This lesson is about the law of absolute negation in Arabic, la an-nafiya lil-jins. It is one way to negate there is, there are sentences. Of course, the most common or most straightforward way is simply with laysa, but this is a more elegant and more fusha way of doing it. The very simple rules for this structure are to put la before an indefinite noun that is accusative but without nunation, and the meaning is always there is not or there are not. So two good examples would be la rajula fil bayt, la rajul fil bayt, there is no man in the house, and la shay'a fi jaybi, there is nothing in my pocket. Literally, of course, they would say something like no man is in the house and no thing is in my pocket, but the best way to translate them is with there is, there are. Notice that the words after la are indefinite but without nunation. The most straightforward way of negating the underlying there is, there are sentence, the sentence would be fil bayt rajul, and the negative would be laysa fil bayt rajul, and fi jaybi shay, laysa fi jaybi shay. So as I said, these are the slightly more elegant ways of doing it. Some very common phrases that this expression appears in would be la shakka anna, there is no doubt that, la rayba fihi, there is no doubt about it, la ba'sa bihi, something like nothing bad is in it, so that it ends up meaning it's not bad, and la sabil laha, there's no way to it. In other words, there's no way to get that done. You also see la of absolute negation in very common phrases, some of them Islamic and some of them just proverbial. So la jadida tahta shams, there's nothing new under the sun. La ilaha illallah, there is no God but God. And la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, there is no strength and there is no power except in God. The last two, of course, are very common Islamic expressions that you'll hear constantly. On this page, you'll see a list of the most common uses of the law of absolute negation in the corpus. And you might want to stop the tape and just examine these. There's one typo that I'll just mention. But we get la shay, there is nothing, la fa'ida, no benefit, la mahala, no way, la farq, there's no difference, la haja, there's no need, la qima, no value, la buddha is an expression which means there is no fleeing from. It ends up meaning it is necessary. La mana, no meaning, la mafar, no escape from, la amal, no work, la zamb, no sin or no fault, la mahrab, there's no escaping from. So la buddha, la mafar, la mahrab end up meaning about the same thing. La alaqa, there's no relationship. La makan, there is no place for. La jadwa, no benefit or no use. La waqt, no time. And this is the typo, la wujud, there should be a dal on the end of that. There's no existence for. And la majal, no place for. This is really a very common construction with these typical words. So these last few slides, I'm just showing you some typical examples from the corpus. La shay'a taghayyar fi hayati mundu dhalik al-hin. So nothing, there is nothing that changed in my life since that time. La budda an ta'ud, there is no escape that you return, meaning you must return. There's no way to get out of returning. La alaqa li hadhihi al-ughniya bi azmat as-sakan. So there is no relationship of this song to the housing crisis. Okay? Istaslamat Hollanda li'annahu la fa'ida min al-muqawama, referring to World War II. Holland surrendered because there was no benefit from resisting. Wujuduna huna abath la ma'na lahu. So our existence here is vanity, having no meaning. There is no meaning to it. Okay? So هنا في الرابطة لا مكان للشيوعية بيننا. Okay? So here in this little association, there's no place for communism among us. Another use of la makan fi ghurfati li maktaba jadida. There's no place in my room for a new library. يَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُ آتٍ, he knows that he is coming, la mahala, for sure. There's no escaping it. The next one, لِمَا لَمْ تُهَيِّئْ نَفْسَكَ لَهَا, why didn't you prepare yourself for it? وَأَنْتَ تَعْلَمْ, when you knew, this is a hal, أَنَّهَا مَصِيرٌ لَا مَفَرْ مِنْهُ, when you knew that it was a fate from which there was no escaping. La mafar minhu. Notice always there's the there are in the translation or some version of it. لأول مرة تدرك زهرة أنه لا فرق بين إيفان وكاميليا. So for the first time, Zahra realizes that there is no difference between Ivan and Camellia, okay? And the final one on this page is Len a'ud ila bayt la amali fihi. So I will not return to a house in which, notice the indefinite relative there is no work for me in it, illa tathaub, except for yawning. The next one goes, suddenly I was in a hurry, la waqta li hatta tahaqquq fi sihhatiha. So I had no time, there was no time for me, even to make sure of its truth, whatever it was he's talking about. La hajabina ila mazid min qillat al-adab. La hajabina, there is no need for us to have more, impoliteness. Innaha ma'sa, it is a tragedy. Walakin la dhanba li fiha, but I have no fault or no sin, it's not my fault. Okay, arsaltuha li shakhs la wujud lahu. I sent it to a person who doesn't exist, for whom there is no existence. Okay, la shay fi juyubihi ghair awraq la qima laha. So there's two laws of absolute negation here. So there is nothing in his pockets except for papers which have no value, for which there is no value. And la mahrab min uyunihi allati tuhitu bina, there is no escaping from his eyes, la mahrab min uyunihi, which surround us, meaning his spies. And the last example is from a news article about fish cages that were common in the Nile near Dumyat, capturing all the fish, and they captured so many, and they caused disease and various other problems that they were banned. And so this sentence says, after demonstrating or proving their dangerousness, this is of course a headline, the governor of Dumyat says, La majal li'audat al-aqfas as-samakiyya ila Nil. So there is no place for the return of the fish cages to the Nile. La majal li something. There is no place for that thing. So you're going to see law of absolute negation a lot, and I think the main thing is just to remember the structure, that it's la with an indefinite, and that it means there is, there are.